Hey, Adam Huxama here from ProjectionHub. In this video, I'm going to answer the question whether you can refinance MCA debt, so merchant cash advance debt, with an SBA loan, and what you need to consider with that. First thing to mention is that SBA does allow refinancing of existing debt. The key there is that you need to have a 10% improvement in monthly cash flow from what you are currently paying monthly to what you would be paying monthly with the new proposed SBA loan. And so probably for a lot of merchant cash advance type of debt, that's not going to be a problem. It's probably going to be a strong improvement to cash flow. But here is the challenge, particularly with MCA debt, and why it's really hard to get an SBA lender to refinance this kind of debt. The issue is that MCA debt, they're going to file what's called a UCC filing statement on all business assets. So they're going to file that with the Secretary of State. They're going to have a claim on all of your assets. And so if you don't repay that loan, they're kind of in first position on collateral of your business. And the SBA lender is going to want to be in front position. They're going to want to have the first position UCC filing. And so what needs to happen is if the SBA lender is going to pay off that MCA debt, they need the MCA lender to remove their UCC filing, and so the SBA lender can take that first position. Now, here's the challenge. The amount that you owe the MCA lender is changing every day, every moment, right? It's a moving target, and the SBA lender needs to have a payoff amount. They need to be able to say, this is exactly how much you owe, and so the SBA loan is going to pay off this payoff amount, and then know that you are free and clear and unencumbered, and so they can know they're in first position in terms of your collateral. Because the MCA lenders don't have a whole lot of incentive to get paid off, they want to just kind of keep you in that cycle. They can be difficult to work with to nail down a particular payoff amount. So what I've noticed from a lot of SBA lenders is they just don't want to deal with it. It's too hard, it's too complicated. They've got a lot of other deals that they can work on, and it's just a pain. So what ends up happening is they don't end up often actually being willing to refinance MCA debt. It's just too complicated for the SBA process and probably just not worth the effort from a lot of lenders' perspective. So then what is your option to get out of MCA debt? How can you refinance that and ultimately get into an SBA loan? The approach that you want to consider here is not probably going directly from MCA to an SBA loan, but it's probably going to be a path to get there. And so there are some lenders who will specifically work with you to pay off MCA lenders and refinance MCA debt that specialize in doing that. I have a friend, a fellow YouTuber who goes by The Approved Guy. He works with some firms that specialize in this. Happy to make a connection there. If that's something you're interested in, you can reach out to us at support@ProjectionHub.com. I can help make that connection. But what he does is help kind of stair step you to the SBA. So the first step might be maybe not a perfect loan, but it's better than the MCA debt. And they have lawyers that will kind of work with the MCA lenders and take on that risk to pay them off, make sure they're in first position on UCC financing, help you get out of that process, get you into a term loan that's going to be better for cash flow. And then there's a process to, get to SBA, and you have a path to get there to, ultimately a much better financing structure, maybe a SBA line of credit or a term loan for your business that is at favorable terms and interest rates. So you're probably not going to make the jump from MCA to SBA. That happens sometimes, but it's really hard to do. So what I would recommend is, trying to baby step to get there and get out of that really high interest rate debt. Again, if that's your situation and you're stuck in that, feel free to reach out, support@ProjectionHub.com. What we do is help people with financial projections and business plans, typically helping them to get an SBA loan. That's our goal. Now, a lot of our video content is around SBA, so I've been having questions about, hey, I've got this MCA debt, or I've got this really high interest daily payment debt type of structure, and I'd like to get out of that with an SBA loan. And so I've been trying to find, how can we help these folks? And I think the tough but real answer is that it's going to be really difficult to go straight from that type of loan to SBA. So you probably need to figure out a different path to get there over some period of time. I do think it's possible. You've seen it done before, but it is hard. So I want to set that expectation for you. Feel free to reach out if we can be helpful. If you found this video to be useful to you, I'd love it if you like the video and subscribe to our channel. We're going to be publishing more and more SBA related content, and your engagement in that really helps the YouTube algorithm and get this out in front of more folks. So we appreciate that. Thanks.